I need to reshoot this video because YouTube screwed it up big time. And I wanted to respond to Stan here with one statement. Science is a self-correcting process. There's not going to be a scientific dark age. How hard is that to understand? Science corrects itself constantly. Okay? If it sees there's a problem with something, it changes it. And people have been trying to disprove evolution since the second Darwin published the theory of evolution. His theory of evolution. Okay? People have been trying to, and you know what? It just hasn't happened. You want to understand the why. The why is a thing for philosophy. You don't understand the basics of science. How can you get to the why questions unless you understand the how question? Okay? That's the problem here. You don't understand the how question. Once we understand the how question, then we can move into the why question. But you don't. You want us to completely question everything. This is what science does. All the time. Every day. It questions. Why does it have to be that way? Not how is it this way? Why does it have to be that way? We do research all the time to show heredity, which is science, which is evolution, right there, 100%. Did you see those the glow-in-the-dark mice, and how the glow-in-the-dark gene was passed from one to another? Guess what? That's evolution. Science questions evolution all the time. It says, what if? What if? What if? And that's exactly what they were doing with that experiment, and all it did was again prove evolution. Evolution is a fact. It is as real as gravity. But you want to sit and question, well, why is gravity like gravity? It just is. Well, why is this like this? It just is. It's a law of nature. Okay, you used an example of, nothing says cells have to be, have to change. Then there would be, you and I wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be here even thinking of why do cells change, because it would have never evolved into what we are. Okay? You made something that says sand, when it gets pushed by the wind, it has to move. It doesn't make a conscious decision to do so. There's nothing in it that says, I have to move. In fact, there are creatures that they've evolved themselves to be able to withstand wind and withstand the tides. This is what happens. We have to evolve. Because if not, we die. Cells, single-celled organisms, have to evolve. And it's not like they do it overnight. It's slow, gradual. You take a set of a billion zeros. A billion zeros. And one every day add a zero, and add a 1. Just randomly along the chain. Just add a 1. Randomly along the chain. And eventually you're going to get where every single one of those is 1. It's evolved. It's now become a whole new creature. That's evolution. And you're sitting here saying, well, me trying to explain evolution to you is not the point of your video. The point of your video again, is you're putting out information that doesn't make sense. Science already questions. And whenever something comes up, they question it. They question it. They question it. They question it. Why? 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 Is not the point. How is the point? You don't understand the concept of is or are. Things just are. And once you can come to the simple concept that things just are, life becomes simpler. But you don't sit there and be satisfied with it as just it is. I still would love to know the reason why. But that's not science. That's philosophy. And you're trying to mix science and philosophy and try to make science become philosophers. And as soon as you do that, you might as well take the scientific method to the nearest window and toss it out. That's my problem. I get these things. I get them extensively. The fact that you seem to think that I don't get them because I question you honestly proves my point more than anything else. You want us to question, but as soon as I question you, you act like the world is going to come to an end because I question you. Science is a self-correcting process. If something doesn't work, it's tossed. Even if we're going down the wrong path, once we figure out we're going down the wrong path, the entire thing is thrown away. Just because we might go down the wrong path doesn't mean good things might not come out of it. Okay? String theory is most likely the wrong path, but yet good things have come out of it. Okay? But we question string theory all the time. We question all these things all the time. This is how science works. But you don't seem to get that. Oh, and as far as insulting me, I don't care. Please. I did think your Dom DeLuise thing was, was funny though. I don't care if people insult me. Insulting me is an art form. Okay? So, do what you gotta do. I still think you're wrong. I still think you have no concept of what you're talking about. Because you don't understand the basic theories of the sciences that you're trying to say we should be questioning. Once you've learned the basic theories of the sciences, then come back and say, okay, I understand the entire process from the beginning to the end in a very base form. So you know what? Now I can start asking that question. You're still using words like primordial ooze instead of abiogenesis. That's what my big argument is with you. Learn what you're talking about before you start questioning it.